important question come with that when it comes to being with someone who may smoke and you don't, or if smoking is the conversation, and that is, do you know your limits? Do you know how to stop? I am Ronald. I'm Dion. I'm a chicken heart.
And I'm Aaron, standing in for Frank. We love you, Frank. All right, now it's time for Frank's question, which is going to be my question to ask. All right, I'm reading, sorry, please forgive me. But, random question for the group. Do you consider marijuana a drug? If a person smokes marijuana regularly, is that a deal breaker? Is that a deal breaker when selecting a significant other? What could make it a problem? What could make it a respectable choice? About one joint per month, one joint per week, one joint per day. And what if they say it's for medical reasons, but they don't have the medical proof? So, with that being said, I. This question kind of comes from the guy. Well, I know Frank originally asked it, but it comes from a guy who I used to date, who I used to, honestly, I used to feel like he could be the one for me. And I really felt that way. And I became really thirsty because I can be a thirsty guy sometimes. And with him, he smoked a lot of marijuana. And at the time in Maryland, it was still illegal. Now, it's still illegal in Maryland right now, technically, but Maryland is on the path to making it legal, but at that time it was very illegal. So I was like, I can't talk to somebody who smokes marijuana because what if he's in my car and we get pulled over by the cops and get checked for marijuana, and next thing you know, we're both going to jail? Or what if I'm in his car and he has marijuana under the seat, and next thing you know, we're both going to jail? So that always made me feel really uncomfortable with it. But now, since we're fortunately coming around as a country in terms of marijuana, slowly but surely, hopefully, surely. Because even though I've never smoked a day in my life, I do believe it should be legal. Marijuana should be legal. And I always say my reason for feeling, a large reason for feeling that is cigarettes are totally legal, and cigarettes took my mom from me. But marijuana actually has some health benefits, but they're illegal. I'm like, that's kind of silly. But all of that to say, I wouldn't have a problem with somebody smoking. Dang it, I didn't do this. But yeah. So for me, that's not a big deal now that we won't necessarily get pulled over and taken to jail for a little bit. Although, see, it's still kind of illegal, so that's kind of a concern of mine. But I've never smoked, and I don't have a problem with people who do, aside from the breath. But Ronald, you're next.
Um, I'm divided. I'm divided in this conversation. Um, I'm a person. I'm recovery from substance use disorder, and so I have to speak in that way. And so for me, yes, marijuana is a drug. I can look at some of the ones that we have legalized, which has been alcohol as well as cigarettes, and what have learned from that. In the United States, we have several states that have legalized the substance, and now they're starting to see the long-term effects of people who smoke on a regular basis. But an important question comes with that when it comes to being with someone who may smoke and you don't, or if smoking is the conversation, and that is, do you know your limits? Do you know how to stop? I don't think I would want to be with someone who has a chronic smoking issue, just because sometimes the smell is overwhelming, and I go a lot of places where
and I would not like to be with someone who smokes as much as you are, because I have noticed that you smoke a lot, even though I'm still giving you some consideration that I will understand, but your smoking habit is getting out of hand, so I'm scared. It might choke me.
Cool. I think about the long term effects as well. Like we found out later on that secondhand, third hand smoke from smokers is just as dangerous. I'm like, somewhere in the future, smoking is smoking. I don't care how you inhale it and how many benefits it has. It'll have its adverse effects as well. I don't care if you smoke once per week, once per month, twice a year. Hey, if you have crossed that line where you're at the point of no return and you don't know how, it's going to be a problem. But when dating someone, I usually have a conversation around. I'm not going to be judgmental towards anything you do. I just ask what you do. Don't become a problem for me if it's a problem for you. And that's my thought.
You say you don't want it to become a problem for you. Are you saying that you wouldn't want them to try to, like, old school days, say, hey, try this? It'll make our sex life so much better. You know?
I'm past peer pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure. That was the word. Yeah.
I'm past that, and like when I say problem, it don't have to necessarily be a problem, but an issue. Like I've met some people, and a few days, maybe a week into it, they're asking me, do I have $10 to help them get a day?
Now that's always a problem. Always a problem. No.
That's a problem for me.
Always.
Like, hold up. If you can't take care of it, I don't think you should be doing it.
Fully agreed. No matter what it is, if it's a cake addiction, if you don't have the money to support your addiction, then that's a sign that it's a no. Yeah. Dion.
Yes. When it comes to relationships, it's definitely a deal breaker for me. I don't like the smell, period. And it's just like, for me, a lot of times I like to open up my window, get some fresh air in here. And in my neighborhood, we do have quite a few people who like to get high or whatever. And I'm thinking, like, why can't you do that inside your house? Why do you have to be outside and right around my house smoking, so that when the fresh air comes in, it comes in with your wonderful air freshener known as marijuana. So I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't hate anybody for doing it. I don't blame anybody for doing it. Everybody, to each their own. But as for me, I don't really want it around me. I don't want to be involved with someone who does it. I've seen how it has changed some of my friends and their habits and things of that nature. So, I do agree with you, Ronald, when it's the issue of, can I borrow some money to go do that? If it's your habit, you support your own habit. I'm not supporting that for you.
Hello.
I want to love you unconditionally and whatever, but, that's your habit, not mine. I'm not going to support that. And I'm not going to get to a point, because I've seen people who will spend their money to buy marijuana as opposed to paying their bills, and it becomes it's a mental thing. So I think a lot of times, and it's just not marijuana, it's other things as well. But for me, it's definitely a deal breaker. I do consider it a drug. A drug is a drug. It could be a good drug, it could be a bad drug. People take Losartan for high blood pressure. That's a drug. You know, people take medicine when they're sick. That's a drug. So drugs are drugs. I just look at it across the board that it is what it is. But with any and every action that you do, there's always going to be a reaction to it. And if that reaction is negative towards me, I don't really want to be a part of that.
I hear that. So you're also not the peer pressure thing, but it's if somebody has the habit to the point that they are needing from you, that's a no. But you just don't like the smell of it.
Both. I've had a friend who I actually rented out a room to, and he had the habit, but out of respect, he knew that I didn't like it, so he would always go out wherever he went, did his thing, stayed out for a little while to air himself out a little bit, and then he would come back. So it was very respectful, and I can deal with that. I don't have an issue with that. You know, I've had people who have smoked cigarettes before, and around me, out of respect for me, they didn't smoke around me. So I'm cool with that. But when it becomes a thing where I can't control it, I got to do it all the time, I can't have that around me.